Here's a stat that might keep you up at night. UK businesses overpay an estimated hundreds of millions of pounds in customs duties every single year, and most of them have absolutely no idea they're doing it.
Hundreds of millions? That's a huge number. How is that even possible?
Because most businesses treat duty as a fixed cost. The invoice comes in, they pay it, they move on. But the reality is there are dozens of reliefs, exemptions, and preferential rates available. You just have to know where to look.
So today we're talking about duty relief, the money businesses are leaving on the table.
Exactly. And some of these reliefs are surprisingly easy to claim once you know about them. Let's start with the most common one, trade agreements.
Right, the UK has signed quite a few trade deals since Brexit, hasn't it?
It has. The UK currently has trade agreements with over 70 countries. These agreements offer reduced or zero duty rates on goods that originate from those countries. So if you're importing from, say, Japan, Turkey, Canada, South Korea, there could be a preferential rate that's significantly lower than the standard rate.
But you mentioned origin earlier. It's not as simple as just saying the goods came from Japan, is it?
No, and this is where businesses trip up. You need to prove the origin of the goods. That means getting the right documentation from your supplier, usually a statement on origin or a movement certificate. And the goods need to meet specific rules of origin criteria. It's not just about where they were shipped from, it's about where the substantial transformation happened.
What kind of savings are we talking about?
It varies hugely depending on the product. Some goods have standard duty rates of 10, 12, even 20%. If a trade agreement brings that down to zero and you're importing £1 million worth of goods a year, that's 100 or 200,000 pounds saved. For some businesses, that's the difference between profit and loss.
That's significant. What other reliefs are available?
Inward processing relief is a big one. This is for businesses that import materials, process or manufacture them in the UK, and then re-export the finished product. Under inward processing, you can suspend the duty on those imported materials entirely. You only pay duty if the goods stay in the UK market.
So a manufacturer importing raw materials to make products for export wouldn't pay any duty at all?
Correct, as long as they meet the conditions and have the right authorization from HMRC. And the savings can be enormous, especially for manufacturers with high-value raw material imports.
What about customs warehousing? I've heard that mentioned.
Customs warehousing is another powerful tool. You can store imported goods in a customs warehouse without paying duty or VAT until the goods are released into the UK market. This is brilliant for businesses that hold stock because you're not tying up cash in duty payments on goods that might sit in a warehouse for months before being sold.
So you only pay when you actually need the goods?
Exactly. And if you re-export them from the warehouse to another country, you might never pay UK duty at all. It's essentially free storage from a duty perspective.
Are there reliefs for temporary imports too?
Yes, temporary admission. If you're bringing goods into the UK temporarily, for an exhibition, for testing, for repair, you can import them duty-free as long as they leave again within a set period. This is one that event companies and businesses attending trade shows should definitely know about.
That's really relevant actually, especially for companies exhibiting at international trade fairs.
Absolutely. And there's also end-use relief. If you're importing goods for a specific approved purpose, like certain raw materials for specific industrial processes, you can get a reduced or zero duty rate. It's quite technical, but for the right businesses, it's very valuable.
With all these options available, why aren't more businesses claiming them?
3 reasons really. First, awareness. Most businesses simply don't know these reliefs exist. Their customs broker might not proactively tell them. Second, complexity. The application processes can be daunting if you don't know what you're doing. And third, fear. Some businesses worry that claiming reliefs will attract HMRC attention. But actually, HMRC encourages businesses to use legitimate reliefs. That's what they're there for.
So how does a business figure out what they're eligible for?
Start with a duty review. Look at what you're importing, where it's coming from, what duty rates you're paying, and whether there are preferential rates or reliefs available. A good customs consultant can do this in a few days and often find savings that far exceed the cost of the review.
And Nexus can help with this?
Absolutely. We offer a duty and tax calculation service where we look at your specific trade flows and identify every saving opportunity. We also help with the applications for reliefs like inward processing and customs warehousing. The ROI is usually very clear.
So to summarize, what should businesses do right now?
3 things. 1. Check whether your imports qualify for preferential rates under any of the UK's trade agreements. 2. If you import, process, and re export, look into inward processing relief immediately. And 3. Get a professional duty review done. Most businesses find savings they never knew existed. It's genuinely money sitting on the table waiting to be picked up.
Brilliant advice. If you want help finding those savings, head to nexuscustomslegal.com.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.